This is where things are going to become very interesting for you, my gorgeous Scorpiones, indeed. In particular, on the 21st of March 2020, you are going to face your fears. And why is this important? Well, it's important because you're going to, for once, surprise yourself. Things are going to take a different turn in the best possible way, because you are reaching a very high level of your own spirituality when it comes to your own spiritual journey. So this is all going to be part of this complex situation which you are actually going to be going through. And the outcome of this complex situation is going to provide you and highlight the obstacle that was part of your life, that was part of your dimension. In particular, within the last 24 months, you were affected by this obstacle, and it created a certain negativity. This negativity created fears. These fears highlighted other negative things about that problem, about that solution, which automatically made you aware of things that could happen or things that could kind of go wrong. So that kind of stopped you from being kind of so free around that problem, around that point in your life. So therefore, you subconsciously stepped away from the situation, and you were just waiting for the right moment, waiting for the right time in order to make and create and to start, to begin a certain influence or a certain impact when it comes to your life. But this is so much to do with new you. This is so much to do with rejuvenation that March brings us. And when it comes to you, my gorgeous Scorpiones, I mean, it's going to be quite amazing from the beginning of March, right from the beginning of the March until the end of November 2020. This stage and this period, it's going to be very, very important. In particular, when it comes to your own development, in particular, when it comes to things you wanted to do, in particular, when it comes to the obstacles that were preventing you to move on with your life and that were affecting you in so many different ways, like you can't even possibly imagine. You have very powerful signs indeed when it comes to the power of your mind, when it comes to your thinking, when it comes to your own manifestation. And it's absolutely super important for you to understand that if you think negatively, that you're gonna kind of like really go down, much further down than some other signs would. Why? Because you have got a very strong power of your mind when it comes to your own manifestation, when it comes to your own way of thinking. So this is a gift, the beautiful universal gift that you have. But sometimes or very often this gift can turn against you in such a way. It's very similar when it comes to Capricorn. It's very similar, because when you are thinking in a positive way, you can achieve like ooh la la so much above like so many other signs indeed, in a sense of like a speediness and things like that, effectiveness. But if you kind of bring yourself down, and if you're thinking negatively about a certain aspect of your life, you are most certainly going to lock the doors, all the doors around you, and it is going to be rather difficult to find the keys. So this is the moment in time when you are going to have such a wonderful shake-up, which is going to bring you such a wonderful balance. And that balance is going to be absolutely everything throughout the actual March. And it is going to start the process, the progress. And in particular, it's about the swift change and movement of the very slow and stale period and stage in your life that was affecting you without you even realizing as much, that you are just going to have such an amazing, mind-blowing moment on the 21st of March. In particular, Scorpio, come out to play. On the 21st of March in particular, my gorgeous Scorpione, I'm so happy for you. It is return of you. It is the return of your energy. It is the return of your power. It is the return of such a beautiful and wonderful and optimistic energy that is on another hand going to make you very, very mischievous. It's such a wonderful feeling that is going to make you and cause you to explore, that is going to open your mind, that is going to push you towards all sorts of situations, but it's a lot about you being naughty, but in the best possible way, testing the water and doing things and going through things in life, going through those fears and facing those fears that were just preventing you to move on, and that were actually restraining you karmically and spiritually. And the reason why things restrain you karmically and spiritually, and they hold you down sometimes without you even realizing until you get to this particular point, it's so important, because this is just something that you kind of have to work on, something that you have to pay attention to, something that you can't just put behind. It's like a problem, an issue, an obstacle that you can't just put behind and forget about it, my gorgeous Scorpiones. No, baby, no. It is required from you to make a necessary move, but before you make a necessary move, you need to know what the plan of action is going to be. But how are you going to have a plan of action if you are fearful, if you are scared, if you are negative? And this is what I said, it's so important. If you are fearful, if you're like a scared, if you are negative, if you kind of block yourself from moving on with your life, this is just going to cause all sorts of blockages. And this is why I said, in particular, when it comes to you and the power of manifestation, as more optimistically you think, the more beautifully the more beautifully you will expand yourself, expand your life, expand your energy. And this is why it's so important to be as open-minded as you can, as optimistic as you can, so you don't you don't block yourself from the actual moving forward in your life. But this is what is so important, Scorpione. It is the part of your life that was left in the past. It's to do with your past, and it's to do with you needing to tap into it, you needing to kind of make a little bit of like sorry, you tapping into it a little bit, you kind of putting a little bit of your energy in and seeing what the actual reflection is going to be. This is going to be so important, because it's at the same time it's going to provide you with an opportunity, with an option, with a beautiful, powerful adjustment that you are going to have, that is going to be absolutely remarkable, and is going to make and start and become a very integral part of your spiritual journey, because it's at the same time going to give you a clear focus, and it's also going to provide you with a brand new perspective. This perspective is everything, because it's all about you feeling very optimistic, you feeling very positive. But the bottom line is, my gorgeous Scorpiones, at the same time you are entering a brand new dimension. From the beginning of the March, things are going to be absolutely wonderful, because this is the time when you're going to start feeling your awakening in a sense of energy, optimism, power, being wonder, having a wonder feeling, wanting to kind of be very explorative, wanting to be very adventurous. It is going to be the time when lots of feelings are going to return and re-energize you, rejuvenate you, but it's very difficult to explain how amazing you are going to be, you're going to feel. By the time you get to the first part of March, you will know exactly what I mean, because this is going to be an amazing and remarkable energy that is at the same time going to be very beneficial for you in many different ways, but it's going to provide you with the control over situation, strength, courage, power, energy, determination, confidence. It's absolutely remarkable. It's going to be an amazing moment in time from the beginning, from the time you enter March. So it's absolutely super powerful time to explore as much as you can, to apply for as many jobs as you can if you are going for a job, but most certainly try to work on your life and try to think where you can kind of bring a little bit of healing, where you can change, what you can explore, what is bringing you down, what is making you unhappy, what is making you happy. This is going to help you to reach the highest peak of your own radiance. And in particular, this year, it's going to be very much so quite good for you, my gorgeous Scorpiones. But this March, my babies, is going to play an important role indeed. In particular, when it comes to the 21st of March 2020, this is what I'm talking about. This is what you're going to be able to feel. This is what you're going to be able to notice, that there is a much bigger difference, because It is almost going to happen overnight on the 21st of March 2020, couple of days before. So you've got a 19, 20 and 21st, 19th and 20th. It's very important to see for any signs, to look for any signs. It's very important to pay attention to what's the very first thing on your mind in the morning. I know I'm keep on repeating this, what's the very first thing on your mind in the morning, but it's a very important moment. As soon as we wake up in the morning, as soon as we open our eyes, this is a very strong moment in time when it comes to our subconscious mind and all sorts of dimensions and all sorts of universal energies that are with us at the same time. Still, it only stays with us for the next like about a few minutes. All these different dimensions that we travel to while we are sleeping, while we are dreaming, all these messages from our spirit guides, from our guardian angels, from the universe, you know, they're all pretty much so very strong while we are sleeping, very relevant. But as soon as we open our eyes, the first thing in the morning, we are still kind of so much close to all sorts of different dimensions, my babies. And this is why I say come out to play. This is why I say it's important to pay attention, because there is a very important word that is going to be on your mind. That word later on is going to provide you with an answer what to do exactly at the end of the month, because you're going to be facing a little dilemma, and this is going to be connected to that particular dilemma. And that's why I'm saying it's all connected and it's so important, and it's most certainly the beginning of something absolutely remarkable when it comes to you, my gorgeous Scorpionis. And you will see exactly what I mean. It's 21st of March that I'm talking about. You will work through your fears. There is the certain fear that is going to come through, certain fear is going to come about. It's the certain stage of your life that happened quite a while ago, quite a while back, within the next, like I would say 7 years. But number 7 is very much so connected to this. Number 7 is very much so connected to this, my gorgeous Scorpionis. So this is also at the same time going to be your lucky number. When it comes to the 21st, I would highly suggest you to have a number 7 written on your hand, or have number 7 written, like having been written on a little bit of paper, or number 7 having on a little pendant, because it's going to help you to it's going to help you to attach yourself to this particular spiritual energy. So therefore your understanding will be much better. You will be able to understand things crystal clear, and most importantly, it's going to help you with this particular vibration. But the bottom line is that the 21st of March is going to bring you a situation where you're going to come across with a certain fear, a certain negativity, and it's just involving involving something from the past, involving you doing things to something that you don't want to do, involving you coming to terms with something, but also kind of extending things on another level by going to talk to someone or being in touch with someone who you may not want to be in touch. You know, this is all part of the process, part of the progress. But the different thing this time is going to be this absolutely wonderful energy that you are going to have, this absolutely wonderful realization that you are going to have, and concentration that you are going to have at the same time, because of the reflection and respect to go on the next stage by learning something new, by learning something different. And therefore there is going to be a mind-blowing idea that you are going to have at the same time, my gorgeous Scorpionis, mind-blowing idea that may not even seem as huge, may not even see as important, may not even see as significant, but most certainly it's going to be connected to an important moment of the actual opportunity, financial opportunity, and the answer, the answer, what is the way out. So you really have to pay attention, my gorgeous Scorpionis, indeed. But on another hand, there is acceptance that you are going to have. This is going to lead towards an acceptance. Now this acceptance is so important and it's so significant to move on, my babies, move on, move on, move on, move on. Come out and play, my gorgeous Scorpionis. But first of all, you just need to leave behind, and you just need to make a little adjustment and readjustment and cut out part of your life, certain things that you no longer need, that are just dragging around, that slowly came to an end. But this is all part of those fears that I had. So an important acceptance is going to take place, my gorgeous Scorpionis, and this is all going to come to you through you working through your fears, focus and finding out something very important, finding out something very significant. For once, you're going to surprise yourself like, ooh la la, but then the idea that you're going to have, but then again, it's just going to be remarkable because it's not going to be something as bad as you thought that it's going to be. And that's always wonderful. That's always brilliant, my gorgeous Scorpiones. It's important, not only when it comes to acceptance and in particular when it comes to like a long stage that was very, very scary and very draining, and it was worrying you a lot, and it was more negative than positive. Now that's coming to an end through a certain acceptance. This is all part of this progress, but it's also the time when you felt like completely powerless and it was affecting you so much, and you will see the boost and the shift of energy is going to be remarkable. Very passionate moment in time again, because the new passion is also going to be born here. But most importantly, it's the time of liberation that is just going to reflect on you in such a ooh la la, vavavumish way, where you are immediately, this is why I said that optimism, the power of your mind, the powerful manifestation. This is what I was saying, my gorgeous bambinis and bambinas. This is what I was saying, because it's all about that shifting of that energy that is going to provide you with possibility to actually see and such an important vision. But there is something going to be so strong about this vision, something so important, and at the same time it's going to boost your power by boosting your confidence. It's absolutely remarkable, and this is the path I'm talking about. This is the option I'm talking about. This is the optimism I'm talking about. You don't think negative and bring yourself down. My gorgeous Scorpiones, you have got sacred power, sacred energy to be on top of this power, on top of this energy. You just think optimistically. Don't bring yourself down at all. Think optimistically, and you will see how far this is actually going to take you, how many butterfly moments you're going to have, because this is the time of your transformation. As I said, from March onwards, things are going to start changing, because this is going to change the picture, and it's going to provide you with an option you wouldn't have before. And that, my babies, is going to be the biggest awakening you had in a long time, because of this harmonious energy. It's at the same time going to start make you realize there's an important new beginning going to take place. New start, new option, new college, new school, new beginning. If you are retired, it still doesn't matter. This is all going to be connected to the new beginning, to the new option, which is literally going to bring so much vibrancy into your life and ultimately change your life for the better. It's going to bring so much positivity, so much passion, so much beautiful karma, like it's unbelievable. It is all about being adventurous, realizing your life for what it's worth, but at the same time it is just about unlimited possibility that are making you happy, my gorgeous Scorpiones. This is exactly what I'm talking about, and this is going to lead towards you having a resolution of a problem. 3 months, my babies. Something is going to take 3 months when it comes to the certain problem. So 3, 4, 5, 6. So June, my lord, June, the end of June, wonderful, perfect. The end of June, this is going to be absolutely remarkable when it comes to the actual invocation, focus, radiance, unfoldment, and activation. But most importantly, the big result of all these that I said so far, the resolution of a problem, conclusion that you're going to have. Sorry, it's going to bring you solace, it's going to bring you healing, and rather satisfactory result. That is going to bring you fulfillment you didn't have and feel in a long time. It's all about the compromise that it's coming through all this situation. You wouldn't be able to reach these high moments of your own creativity, through your own spirituality, if you wouldn't face, or if you didn't face your fears. Actually, like I said, in fact, any single time, in March, when you're facing your fears, my babies, just go for it. Any kind of situation that brings you like, oh, I don't want to do this. No, baby, you just jump into the water and swim. If you don't jump in the water, you will never learn how to swim. This is all about jumping into the water, not only learning how to swim, but learning how to dive deep and come out and jump again and dive back in again, and just enjoying yourself from a completely different angle, swimming through a completely different dimension. Absolutely wonderful. And of course, it's going to bring you sorry, I apologize. It's going to bring you the whole new inspiration as well. And I really like this, because I know exactly how much you're going to be able to benefit from this particular energy. I know exactly how important this is going to be for you indeed. Okay, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Scorpioni, and it's for March 2020. So it's for you sorry, my gorgeous Scorpionis, and it's for March 2020. And basically now your number this month sorry God, I'm terrible. Sorry, I'll just have a little bit of coffee. Bam para para bam 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 para para bam 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 do 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 la 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 coffee wait, sorry. Okay, my gorgeous Scorpion, is your number when it comes to numerology, it's number 962. Okay, your number is about it's 9, 6, and 2. And this is all about finding a balance, finding an important balance when it comes to your manifestation. This is what I was saying. When it comes to your intention, it's what I was saying. And when it comes to that particular spiritual balance in general, this is going to reflect on you in such a powerful way. Absolutely powerful way, because what is actually going to happen, it's going to be the return of the positive energy. Okay, that positive energy is going to last, and it's going to start from the beginning of the month, and it's just going to be very highlighted throughout the month, which is going to be significant when it comes to your imagination, again, when it comes to your manifestation, when it comes to your inspiration, growth, and also very, very important, ridiculously important, my Lord, when it comes to your own vibration, because you will be carefully in such an important way and very uniquely aligned with the actual divine energy, the divine spiritual energy, which is on one hand going to be guiding you throughout this month. It's going to enhance your energy and extend your energy when it needs to be extended. But on another hand, it's going to make you very powerful when it comes to your dreaming, when it comes to your dreams, when it comes to what's the very first thing on your mind in the morning. It's going to be very powerful when it comes to the actual you thinking positive, because the balance is going to be absolutely right. One of the most important things about the number 962, and when it comes to the numerology, and when it comes to you, my gorgeous Scorpionis, is that it's just basically also very strong connection with your dreams. So before you go to sleep, you see, this is what's important, and this is what's significant, and this is what's going to create an amazing, remarkable starting point when it comes to your own rebirth, because you are going to come to terms with something, but it's just going to surprise you that how come you feel connected to the certain stage, certain path of your life that you've never been connected to before. But this is all part of your spiritual progress. Let me tell you, my gorgeous Scorpionis, before you go to sleep, you need to use this amazing, incredible dimension that you're going to be part of. The reason why it's like this, not only because of the numbers 962, but it's in general, this is the time of your awakening. You like this time of the year. You find yourself this time of the year. This time of the year re-energizes you physically and mentally and in many different ways. And that in itself is just already going to be halfway through. In order to use this energy to the best of its abilities, it's to make sure that you ask the question before you go to sleep. Listen to me, my babies, my bambinis and my bambinas. Ask a question before you go to sleep. And like, for example, oh, what should I pay What should I pay attention to? And dear spirits or God or guardian angels, you know, whatever you feel like, you know, like dear spirit guide, you know, whatever you feel connected to, you know, like the most, this is going to bring you your answer. You just ask the question, what should I be paying attention to? Or what should I do next? Oh, it may not come straight away the next day, the next morning, but it might come in 2 days later. It might come 3 days later. But the way it's going to happen, it's also going to be very interesting, because you're going to need to follow the certain sequences of the numbers. When the numbers are repeating 1 1 1 1 2 2 2 2 3 3 3 3 4 4 4 4, this is when the numbers are repeating. This is also going to be the moment, or an important moment, that it's going to confirm to you that the answer is coming. The answer to your question is coming, and it's immediately going to provide you with a solution to the problem, with the realization, solution to the problems. The certain obstacle is going to immediately be highlighted, but that's all part of the progress, all part of the process, which is going to provide you not only with the solution, but a whole new perspective, because you will be able to see things, feel things, sense things from a completely different angle. This is absolutely wonderful. So this is what you need to pay attention to, because when you see the sequences of numbers repeating, you will know that the certain benefit, certain profit is going to come towards you. But most importantly, an important realization, pay attention what you were thinking at around the time when you saw these frequencies of numbers like repeating as well. This is very important, because this is connected to the answer, but it's also connected to the solution, but most certainly it's going to be connected to the new stage. But before that, there's the certain progress and certain process that you will need to go through. It's all about the time to know that your hard work is paying off. This is also what the sequences, the repeating sequences of numbers is going to repeat, and it's also an important answer is coming, and that answer that is actually coming, it's going to help you completely with the making decision with an advanced stage in your life, what decision to make. But it's in particular with the time of your life that was making you overburdened, you know, that was bringing you lots of stress, anxiety in the past 11 months, you know. Now this is going to provide you with an option to, you know, like with a way out, but also it's going to make you realize, oh my God, it's not as bad, or it's not as negative as it actually could have been, you know. So this is very, very important moment in time. And also, my gorgeous Scorpion, is just a time where, you know, things are going to start changing for you. And I'm so happy, because there is also an important message, you know. This is also going to bring you an important message which is going to arrive this month, you know. And that important message that you're going to have, it's also going to basically help you to, you know, to realize that, you know, the certain crisis and negativity is coming to an end, but also it's going to make you realize what discontinues, what is coming to an end, what situation you need to move away from. It's something that is not going to happen overnight, but it's just you realizing that there is something that is coming to an end, but it's slowly going to require you to kind of start making changes slowly, slightly in your life, until that progress and process take its place and kind of start unfolding like a full on, which is going to start happening right before the end of this year 2020. So it's all connected, it's all important, and it's all very significant indeed. What else this means, this month in general, it's going to bring you a wonderful success, my gorgeous Scorpionis. Okay, and it's also going to bring you the material attainment and security that you needed for a while. I say needed because that kind of stopped you with a certain progress or a certain process of you focusing about something to do with your future. It was put on hold. After this moment in time, you are going to be able to flow through freely, which is absolutely fantastic, because it's, for once, it's going to surprise you, but it's going to make you realize, you know what, my babies, you've got more than you need in order to move on. You've got more resources than you need in order to move on, because you will find yourself in a rather advanced stage. I like this. This is going to reflect on you beautifully when it comes to your health, but it's also going to kind of make you realize, you know, oh, thank God, you know, the difficulties came to an end. Something within the last 9 months that was bothering you, know, that is going to come to an end, but you're only going to realize how much energy this was taking away from you by the end of this month in indeed. And you know, it's a victory, 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 my gorgeous Scorpiones. I like this because I know that this is going to be very personal, and it's going to make you feel so good about yourself, because it is just going to confirm something to you. It is going to prove something to you. It is going to prove a certain bravery, but it's also going to prove a certain capacity, and that is just going to make things very vibrant in your life, because it's going to help you to connect to your life and situation in a slightly different way. And this is exactly what am I talking about, because in genuine situation that was caused at some point in the past, in particular in the last 7 months, kind of like a stopped certain growth, that is about to have a rather nice flip-flop moment, and it's about to provide you with a beautiful realization when it comes to the actual result of an effort that is very important, and it's to do with the money, and it's also going to require a little reorganization from yourself as well. But it's also so important to say that this is all about the swift activity, sudden progress and movement, you know, and that is going to beautifully shine the light on other things around you. And most certainly you're going to find something beneficial here, like a certain profit. It's going to be absolutely obvious, and that in itself is going to require from you, you will find yourself in an advanced way monetary, which is actually really good. But it's going to, honestly, this is so important, Scorpione, please listen to me very carefully. I'm going to say this only once. Hello. Hello. Okay, whatever, sorry. So basically, yeah, this is going to provide you with the benefit and realization. It's not a benefit, really. It's a benefit and profit, sorry. It is that this is important, what I was going to say. Rewind, Sasha, rewind. This is what I was going to say. It is important to say any learning experience that you feel connected to, please go for it. Any daring situation that you feel connected to, please go for it. This is so important, because there is an important realization going to happen through you, just really extending your process of thinking. Your thought process is going to be extended, but it's going to happen when you don't pay attention, when you don't focus, and it's going to be very interesting, because it's only going to be like a little learning experience, but that extra learning experience that you are going to have, it's going to change everything, because it's going to make you realize eventually, a couple of days later, an absolutely remarkable mind-blowing moment in your life. It's about to happen, it's about to unfold, and it's just so important, because it's all connected, and it's all coming from this particular situation, complex situation. It's so significant, because that respect for knowledge for that particular subject, it's going to increase later on, and it's going to turn into something completely different. It's what you're doing, what you like, what you're focusing on, what is the part of your spiritual journey, what is the part of your journey right now. There's a little baby little thing missing, little tiny thing is missing, and that tiny thing is going to come like a form of like a little interest in certain expansion of something, but it's only going to be tiny, and then later on it's going to turn into something completely different. It's important, because most certainly this month, March, it's going to bring you a wonderful reflection, a wonderful balance, a wonderful realization, and it's all about you recognizing an amazing mind-blowing ability about yourself. But this time things are going to be different, because you will be able to take them on the whole next level. It's very important time when it comes to recognition. Anything you want to show, anything you want to prove, my babies, you go now, you do it now. Anything you want to start, any kind of job conversation, or anything that makes you feel like nervous normally, you just do it now, because you will be absolutely protected, you know. And it's all about the actual capability, what you can do, what is going to become the next stage. It's going to be very obvious. It's important to say, it's just rewards from hard work, success, and admiration from others. It's going to be everything, because it's going to create an ultimate change, an absolute ultimate change. You're going to take your life on the whole new level, on the whole next level this month. It's going to be absolutely remarkable and incredible, and you will see exactly what I mean. Okay, what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Scorpionis, is basically when it comes to your health, it is just very important for you to also, when it comes to your health, try to drink as much water as you can. It is going to be important to flush out the toxins out of the system, and also your liver and kidneys. It's going to be quite sensitive this month indeed. So try to drink dandelion, organic dandelion tea. It's very, very good when it comes to kidneys and livers to flush out the toxins, and it works like a really nice filter. And also, if you can maybe try to drink like the very first thing in the morning, I said this before and I'm gonna say it again, combinations of blueberries, raspberries, goji berries, strawberries, blackberries, as more berries as you could have. If you could make your own organic smoothie and drink it the very first thing in the morning, this would be absolutely wonderful, and it's going to be very good for your kidney and liver health indeed, because this is going to be something that is going to be quite sensitive. On another hand, what else is going to be quite sensitive is going to be your stomach, and it's going to be your digestion. And this is why I think it's really important to try to take also a natural dose of B vitamins. You can take food which is going to be rich in B vitamins, but otherwise you can get like a B vitamins, a natural supplement without any horrible ingredients, without any chemicals, without any anti-caking agents. And what the B vitamins are going to do, they will be very beneficial for your digestive system, but at the same time it's going to be quite beneficial and good for your stress. I'm not saying that you're going to be completely stressed, but I do say that there are going to be a few bits and pieces where you're going to find yourself, oh my god, stressed, because you're going to kind of deal with the situations, with people, and with dimensions that you don't normally deal throughout this month, and that is going to cause these certain feelings, and that is going to make you feel a little bit stressed, but this is just going to be good stress anyway, so it doesn't it doesn't really matter. But to actually to make the most impact of B vitamins, this is something that you're really going to benefit from when it comes to your digestion and when it comes to your stress. Another thing that I was going to say for your digestion also, my gorgeous Scorpionis, what I think it's really important for you to take, it's a little bit of organic aloe vera juice. Now I wouldn't this month, I would suggest you to actually take, I wouldn't suggest you take it every single day, but I would suggest you to take this month like about 3 times a week as well, organic aloe vera juice. It's very good, very important when it comes to stomach lining, very, very important when it comes to stomach health. It's full of like a really beautiful vitamins, full of goodness, which just reflect, and it works with your stomach really nicely when it comes to feeling really good, when it comes to like a feeling really smoothing. It's very, very important for your health, and it is rather beneficial to take it. What else I was going to say, please, I know I'm saying quite a lot about the health, but this organic acerola cherry powder is a must. Organic acerola cherry powder is a must, be it one first thing in the morning as well, before or after the smoothies if you do take smoothies. But it's just important to take organic acerola cherry powder in the morning with a little bit of water, 1 teaspoon, okay, and drink it. And then the second time I need you to take before you go to sleep. So you take it in the morning, organic acerola cherry powder, and you take it once before you go to sleep. So 1 teaspoon, drink it, mix it with water and drink it, and that is going to provide you with a rather whooping amount of vitamin C, natural vitamin C, which is absolutely super beneficial against cold and flu, because this is another thing that I can see that you're going to be prone to infections, like when it comes to cold and flu. And organic acerola cherry powder is going to be absolutely superb, because it's going to boost your vitamin C levels, and that's going to be very important. And also make sure that you're avoiding like a fluoride toothpaste and fluoride mouthwash vial. Okay, it's very bad for you, so try to kind of get like a toothpaste which is without fluoride, and a mouthwash which is without fluoride, because it's going to be very good for your gums, very good for your mouth. And also the vitamin C that I mentioned, it's at the same time going to be providing you with the gum health as well. Okay, very, very significant moment in time to actually pay attention to this. If you're on any other medications, another thing, sorry. Another thing, it's quite a lot for March because you are going to transformation. So it's the vitamin D. If you can go outside in the sun and get it that way, that's absolutely brilliant. But otherwise, I'm sorry, I need to say this, it's quite a lot, but it's the natural vitamin D is a must. So you get it from the food, like organic, like free range eggs, or you can get it like the supplement, but it needs to be without any horrible ingredients and things like that. And vitamin D is also going to be very important for your bones and for your bones health. It's something that you need also. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications, my gorgeous Scorpionis, or not. Now, going on the very first date, my gorgeous Scorpionis, it's actually going to be on the 2nd of March. The 2nd of March is going to be an important date because you're going to come to terms with certain changes. You will know, you will feel, you will sense, your psychic feelings are going to be like, ooh la la. You will feel that you are going through the actual certain changes. Sorry, and this is really, really important because I would highly suggest you something like, look at this. I would highly suggest you something like labradorite, something like labradorite, something like labradorite. You see, you can't, can you see it? Look at this baby here. So, so, so beautiful, okay? Very, very important crystal when it comes to transformation, when it comes to change, okay? Balances and protects aura, but at the same time, it's going to raise your consciousness. And this is something that you need. This is something that you're going to benefit from. And I would get to this and I would have this like with you throughout March, indeed. But most certainly when you feel confused, most certainly when you feel like that you need like a little bit of grounding, most certainly when you're surrounded by the people that are draining your energy, when you're surrounded by little energy vampires and things like that, is so important because it's going to protect you. But above all, it's basically important for transformation, change, and things like that. If you would like to buy this gorgeous labradorite, okay, the link is in the description below. By buying things from my store, by buying crystals from my store, you're also supporting my channel as well. But this is a very, very powerful crystal indeed. Okay, so this is something that I highly suggest you. Now, and also, you are actually going to, the 2nd of March is also going to provide you with a vision. This vision is important because it's going to help you to kind of deal with a certain obstacle, but that certain obstacle is on another hand going to help you, this situation is going to help you to reflect in a slightly different way. And this is what you're looking for. This is going to change everything. This is exactly when you're going to realize that your hard work is about to start paying off, basically. It's just also the 2nd of March is going to make you feel very happy because you're going to feel very triumphatic when it comes to the actual gain advancement. There's going to be very good news, something that you expected, but it's going to be a bit more like ooh la la on a slightly different level. It's brilliant because it's all going to seem like beautiful promotion, and also certain idea and the certain abilities you're going to start realizing here. And that, my babies, is also going to be very incredible because it's going to be the beginning of your own success, transformation, and the beginning of the ultimate change. This is, my lord, ultimate change indeed, because it is going to be all connected to the departure, a journey, but most certainly advancement into the unknown that is going to require certain alteration from you, but it's going to be also like a mind-blowing moment in time because it's going to connect you to the things that you wouldn't normally be connected to. The second important day, my gorgeous Scorpioni, it's going to be, sorry, the 14th of March, 1-4. The 14th of March is just like, ooh la la. It is just this is how you're going to feel. Oh my God, my time is coming. It's what you've been patient for. Now this is just going to have such a lovely turnaround. And it's at the same time going to provide you with a new strength, new power. And that in itself is going to start a new promise that you wouldn't normally have. But it is going to require a little bit of management, a little bit of adjustment at the same time. Very very strange sign, very unusual sign you're going to see. Something very bizarre, very odd, very strange is going to happen. And it's going to come from a completely different dimension, like but it's going to feel really good, because it is just going to make you kind of like to dig into things a little bit deeper, a little bit further. And that is at the same time going to be your sign. At the same time, this is going to be your sign about your own adjustment and about an amazing influence, but also rather successful combination is also going to take place. It's important because this 14th of March is going to be directly connected to the certain prosperity and security and safety in the future, my babies, that you wouldn't normally have if you didn't go down this path. Somebody very important in your life, very genuine and very beautiful, is actually going to confirm something to you. And it is going to kind of, oh God, I'm going to need to do this, I'm going to need to do that. It's going to put you in the frame of mind that, oh no, I have to do this. But babies, you need a little bit of rain. The flowers need the rain, otherwise they're not going to grow. So this is going to be spectacular moments in time for you, my gorgeous Scorpions, and you will see exactly what I mean, okay? This is so significant. Also, look at this moldavite. Look at this beautiful new baby here that I have. This moldavite is such a beautiful little crystal, very important, very powerful. It's probably one of the most powerful crystals that there is, one of the most powerful crystals, one of the oldest crystals that there is. You see green, this beautiful moldavite, very good for success, very good for prosperity, very good for protection. It activates all the chakras, but above all, in your situation, it's going to guide you through the right path as well, or guiding you through a right path. This is very important crystal when we are having such a spiritual awakening, but especially after a long time of inconsistency in our lives, and when things start changing, you know, we just need like a little bit of support like this, something absolutely remarkable that is going to help you and attract wealth and things like that. But above that, it's just going to help you with the connections in your life, with relationships in your life. It helps you to talk, it helps you to express yourselves, but also very importantly, it's going to guide you to the right path. This gorgeous moldavite comes with a sterling silver wire around, and it also comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, my babies, you're also supporting my channel as well. The third important date is 26th of March. 26th of March, you will have your hermit moment. You know, I say hermit moments are important, you know, because hermit moment is the day or half a day or even couple of hours, you know, when you just feel so withdrawn. You just like provided with all these realizations and opportunities, because you just kind of get closer to all sorts of different dimensions, and spirit guides, your guardian angels are communicating to you in all sorts of different ways. This is important because your self-illumination, it's going to be very strong. Your self-illumination is going to be very strong on the 26th of March. And you know what? It's all about a certain problem, certain realization, what you're in self-denial. Something will need to go, you know, certain stage that maybe you don't want to change, you don't want to do, you don't want to tamper with. But my babies, this is affecting your radiance. So you will see, what are you in self-denial? This is so important, because this self-denial is connected to you in making a change when it comes to your home, when it comes to your immediate environment, when it comes to the people around you. This is all connected to you being an important part, an integral part of making a certain change, like a huge change, massive change, but you will be affected by it, and people around you, your immediate environment, is going to be affected by it. But this is so important because it's at the same time you are learning, you are growing, and you're also going to kind of like really learn something through this. At the same time, you're going to learn something about yourself, and this is going to be a remarkable moment in time, because it's also going to make you realize things that you wouldn't realize before, and that in itself is going to lead towards an important moment when it comes to the conclusion being within reach, and that in itself is to do with an important realization about your skill, and also most importantly it's the certain knowledge that is going to pinpoint you towards the right direction, and that it's also going to be connected to the certain negotiation. This negotiation is going to be very very powerful. This negotiation is going to be very strong, a very positive outcome for you. So if you do need to have a certain negotiations, just the 26th of March would be like, ooh la la, quite good and very important and successful when it comes to something like negotiations in general. Okay, so now, my gorgeous Scorpione, the very first part of March 2020, you know, it is just going to make you think about a certain disharmony. Why did certain harmony stop with some certain people, like relationships? You will want to work on this because there may be like a couple, not relationships like boyfriend, girlfriend, like love necessarily, but important people in your life. There is some kind of reconnection that is going to be much so needed, because that reconnection is needed because it needs to bring the certain harmony in. Who is this, my gorgeous Scorpiones? Who do you need to reconnect with? It's important because these people are meant to be part of your spiritual journey. Later on, they will have an important information for you. Now, on another hand, you know, the first part of March is immediately going to bring you new hope. It's immediately going to make you think about the new stage, a new journey, but in particular when it comes to unlimited possibilities, when it comes to where you're at now, a massive confirmation. It's going to be so huge and very important moment in time indeed, because it's going to be connected so much to the actual hope, faith, inspiration, bright prospect, and it's also going to be connected to something that you used to do in the past, but it needs to return into your life, my babies. Now it's time. A missing puzzle should return, and now it's about to return, because once this missing puzzle is back, it's going to change the whole picture, because the whole picture is going to be different, but it's going to be great because it's going to lead towards your own happiness. On another hand, my gorgeous Scorpionis, I see inheritance. You're either going to hear about inheritance, or either you're going to hear about a certain amount of money that is going to travel towards you, that is going to come to you, and other people are going to be part of it. However, this is what you're going to hear about, and it's going to be quite good. On another hand, there is the certain control over situation that you're going to have, in particular when it comes to the certain depression, disappointment, and maybe anxiety and anxious feelings that you had within the last 12 months. There is no point to worry. There is no point to bring yourself down. There is no point to think negative. And that strong control over a situation, it's also going to provide you with the power, with the thinking mode. Like it's like, ooh la la, adventurous, optimistic, instead of bringing yourself down. And that is going to help you realize the greatest moment in time ever. In particular, when it comes to the time when you were sleeping, you go to sleep, there's a certain problem that will take over without you realizing or not. You would bring yourself down, and that will kind of prevent you to kind of float freely while you are sleeping, because you are still kind of held down to the certain issues and problems. And this is how strong your energy is. This is how you can hold yourself down. So this is the time of releasing yourself, and that is going to set you absolutely free, and it's going to become an important moment in time when it comes to awakening. Couple of days later, you are going to really much so have a situation. By the time we get to the mid part of March, you're going to have a situation where someone is going to ask you something, and without you even realizing, you're going to kind of reply and respond in a different way. And this is going to become an important time, because it's also going to be quite adventurous for you, and that is going to be so good, because through that there is going to be realization, what to do, where to go, and also like a shortcut out of the like a negative situation, and how to deal with like somebody very, very toxic at the same time. Big wish will come through. Big dream, my gorgeous Scorpionis. Your hard work. But an indication, first of all, it's going to come through certain steps. And one important step, when you're going to realize this is happening, is the honor from somebody who you think is very honorable in your life. Whether you are retired, whether you're working, whether you're in the school, whatever you do, working on a certain project, somebody of some kind of importance, somebody who's like some kind of honor and leader is going to step through and say, ooh la la, you did that so well. And that is going to be so amazing, and it's immediately going to like set you free in so many different ways, my gorgeous Scorpionis. It's so important because it's also going to put you in touch with someone really significant person in your life. It's going to start taking place here, but at the same time, financial opportunity, it's almost immediately going to be there. Financial opportunity is almost immediately going to be be there. And this is going to come through some kind of confirmation from your guru, from your spiritual leader. It's going to come in your mind. It's going to travel towards you, and you're going to remember this. You're going to be able to reflect on this realization, confirmation from your spiritual leader or guru at the right moment, at the right time, at around the mid-March. It's going to be confirmed to you, my babies. And it's to do with the second stage, next step of your journey, but it's also to do with the financial opportunity. Absolutely fantastic. It's the teamwork, an important moment in time, because by the time you get to the last part of March, this is all about you actually realizing that you are going to kind of need to put your foot down. You're going to need to put a certain input when it comes to the actual group of people. It is the problem that people are going to have and face, but you will be absolutely crucial in order to shed a little bit of your light. You will be able to stretch your mind so much more, so much further. You will be part of all these sorts of different dimensions, so people will be able to feel this deepness, this wiseness. And this is why, not because they're going to be able to feel it because they're tripping or something. They're going to be able to feel this because it's coming from deep within, and there is the solution to the massive problem that you will have, and you will help out to sort out by the time we get to the last part of the actual March. This is so important, because it's going to be beneficial for you and for people around, and ultimately to your own luxury and culmination that you wouldn't normally have. By the time you get to the last part of March, this is just going to be the greatest enlightenment of your life, seriously, because you're going to feel great. You're going to feel an amazing response from the real people, from important people in your life, and you're also going to do something when it comes to your immediate environment, and you're going to feel so proud about yourself. People in your life are going to be proud of yourself as well, and that is the energy you needed in order to move on and be even more assertive in your life. It's so important because it's going to help you to escape the negative situation, you know, on one hand, but there is going to be a little bit of a tower situation that you are going to have at the end of March. But this is brilliant, you know. Don't get scared like, oh, tower situation at the end of the month. No, this is important, because this is a shaky feeling that you're going to have, and it's just going to kind of surprise you. The tower situation you are going to be part of, few other people are going to be part of, but you're not directly responsible for these. But then again, you are going to be connected to this situation. Letter M and J. Michael Jackson. no, but letter M and J are going to be very important. Sorry, to me just came Michael Jackson straight away. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough about a living, make a better place for you and for me. You and for me. You and for me. No, these are the letters that are going to be very... Hello, Michael. These are the letters that are going to be very significant, but most certainly it is going to be the tower situation that is going to happen out of the blue, and it's going to surprise you. Other people are going to be connected to this. It's going to throw you out of tact, out of balance a little bit, but that is going to be so important in order for you to move on, in order for you to start thinking in a different way, and in order for you to find out certain bits and pieces about your life and about your future that you wouldn't normally find out. It's going to be a bit of a setback, you know. It's going to like kind of, oh my God, make you like thinking, oh my God, what I'm going to do. But it's going to be absolutely brilliant, because it's at the same time going to provide you with an opportunity, an indecisive situation that is going to be absolutely brilliant. You will be able to actually protect yourself through this tower situation, you see. And this is why this is going to be so good. And it's also going to help you to dig a little bit deeper, dig a little bit further, and it's going to create indecisive situation, and it's going to be remarkable because you will know that something came to an end. And this is going to be brilliant because it's also marking the new beginning, the Lotus moment. At the end of the March, you're going to have a Lotus moment, which is also going to help you to rediscover yourself, to live your life, to discover something very important. But it's also going to mark a sacred new start, sacred new beginning, you see. It's so important, and it's going to provide you with an overwhelming emotion, very beautiful, happy feeling of joy, power, and it's a very, very good ending indeed, because it's most certainly going to help you to discover yourself, rediscover yourself, and also go down towards the direction that you wouldn't normally go. And that in itself is going to start and mark a swift change. Beautiful moment in time when it comes to the swift change, because it's going to create sudden progress or movement, you know, and that is just going to have such a beautiful and speedy reflection on other things, and that is going to help you to make an important decision, and that decision is going to be remarkable because there is an instant message that you're also going to get and receive by the end of this month, which is going to confirm all this for you, and it's going to help you to reflect in a completely different way. Absolutely remarkable. Okay, so now my gorgeous Scorpionis, okay, my gorgeous Scorpionis. Now, I'm just going to shuffle these cards, my babies, and I'm going to see what is in the store for those of you that are in relationships. Now, okay, let me tell you something. Do you know what? Those of you, here we go. Those of you in relationship for March, it's going to be remarkable because it is going to be like really wonderful feeling that is going to be awakened, you know, in between you and your partner, but in the best possible way, because you're going to feel surprised. You're going to feel really surprised. Your partner has done something. Your partner was very responsible, very beautiful. Maybe their reaction was a little bit different. Maybe they reacted in a way no one else would have reacted, but that in itself was very smart and very clever, because something is going to help you out, you know, here in such a way where you're gonna not help you out, but this situation is going to unfold so beautifully, and it's going to surprise you. It's going to surprise your partner, the actual outcome, and it's all down to your partner being amazing, incredible, and responsibility is just absolutely mind-blowing. So this is going to be an important moment in time, because it's also going to provide you with an opportunity that you wouldn't have, and the norm and the two things are going to take place. This continues of certain effort. You don't need to go down the road that you don't want to go, both of you, like doing something that you don't need to do. And on another hand, it's also at the same time going to provide you with an absolutely remarkable opportunity, and that opportunity that you are going to have is just going to be so good, because it's going to speed things up, and it's also going to make you feel much safer about your own safety, security, money, finances, and it's wonderful because I can see a big smile on your both faces, and I can see you like planning for the future. Something is going to move on and it's going to come much closer. A certain opportunity is going to allow you both to do something very, very special when it comes to your future. Something that you planned for a long time is just going to take place much sooner. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle this cards, and I'm going to connect to those of you that are single and ready to mingy. My Scorpionis, this is going to be absolutely incredible. I do see that you are going to have a couple of like quite complex situation this month. So there is someone that is going to kind of like really surprise you, but in like a little bit like a negative way. But this is going to be absolutely brilliant, that surprise, because it's at the same time going to help you to move away from the certain person. Do you know what, single Scorpionis, maybe you were focusing on someone who you shouldn't, because sometimes, you know, it's the power of your mind that is very strong and it can stretch so far. That can lock the door of people who could walk into your life. So, you know, it could be just someone who you could have just fancied, someone who you saw somewhere, I don't know, out, and then you just kind of created this point for them in your mind, but they weren't the right person, but at that moment in time they felt right. But now you are going through a very important spiritual expansion, and they're no longer needed, they're no longer there. I repeat, it might have not been someone who you have slept with or who you had like a certain relationship with. It could have been just someone who you fancied for 5 minutes, but it's important, this first initial realization that you're going to have. This is going to be very significant, but it's also going to reflect on your own process, and it's going to create a quite indecisive situation, but it's going to make you feel like it's going to make you think in a slightly different way, and you are going to find yourself kind of like thinking in a different way, which is going to take you places and going to become responsible for you to kind of become even more adventurous. This is very important, Scorpionis, because you will start feeling your vibrancy. People are going to start feeling your vibrancy. So when it comes to the flirting, just let me tell you, It's not about finding the love of your life this month. It's about flirting. It's about enjoying yourself. It's about being there. It's about living your life. It's about this absolutely remarkable confidence that you are going to receive, but you are going to learn about yourself quite a lot. There is a romantic moment that I'm seeing. There is a romantic person that I'm seeing. There is some kind of romantic stage going to start taking place with someone, but I'm saying it's not so much about love of your life and things like that, because I want you to relax. I want you to have a great time, because that person who is coming is just going to come through and go away, and then they're going to come back again in a very, very near future. When I say very near future, I'm thinking literally near future, so it doesn't really matter. But you are going to have a first glimpse of someone very special who is about to enter your life, my gorgeous Scorpionis, and that is going to happen at around the mid-March, towards the end of the March. This is the time of connection. This is the time of this sacred person who is about to enter your life. I call them sacred now, but I don't, because they will be very special. There is a certain lover gonna come forward, but it's gonna come and happen when you least expect it. But also the learning experience that you're gonna have through your own flirting with other people at the same time, it's going to be remarkable, and it's going to be directly responsible to get just right there. So yes, you're going to meet someone at around the mid-March. That person is just going to be the first glimpse of that person, and that person is going to come and go, not that many times, 3 or 4 times, until you actually start making necessary changes, until you take things on another level. There is something very confusing that is going to be going on in between you and that person. It's purely because you will feel the feeling you didn't feel in an absolute long time, and that person is going to feel the same. Now this is going to be a very special connection, but just the beginning of it. Watch this space, my gorgeous Scorpionis. Watch this space. Okay, my gorgeous Scorpionis, I love you all so much. Don't forget to, Scorpionis, come out to play. Scorpionis, come out to play. Come out to play. Come out to play. It's March. It's important time for you to play. To play. My gorgeous Scorpionis, don't forget, this is your time of awakening, reawakening, of so much is going to be happening indeed. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you, my gorgeous Scorpionis. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing and light. Okay, my gorgeous Scorpionis, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium.